Okay, this is going to be part 2 of the video of how to clean out a fish tank. I emptied out, down to about here, maybe a third of it or so. And you'll see there's a lot of particulate matter in here still. That is leftover slime from scrubbing off the fish tank, but the filter will take care of that in a second. So if you haven't seen the previous video, I recommend watching that first. I'll put a link to that in the description here. But I've filled up the rest. Just use a pot from my kitchen sink. Goldfish like room temperature / cold water. They're cold water fish. You'll need some water conditioner if you're using tap water. And the recommended ratio is 10 drops per gallon. So I just emptied out a little over 5 gallons probably. So I should have 50 drops. I can do math. I never really counted exactly. As long as you have some in there, your fish will be okay. Goldfish are pretty hardy, despite the fact that most people who get goldfish end up killing them pretty quickly. Okay, last thing I wanted to do before we're totally done here, just grab a gross Walmart bag of some kind, trash bag. I'm going to change out the filter. In the first video I checked it, and it was pretty gross. It's pretty dirty. Okay, so I'm going to let some of that drain out there a little bit. This is a little sheath that it comes in. Okay, and the reason for the Walmart bag is because I'm going to stick that nastiness right in the bag and tie it off, because that'll start to smell pretty musty. Tomorrow's trash day anyway, which is why I like to do this on the weekend. Okay, that's what it should look like, and it certainly did not. So I'm going to slide that back in. There's some carbon pellets in there. They'll soak up the smells too. So if your fish tank smells really fishy, first thing to do is to change out the filter and see if that improves things. And it probably will. For the cost of, it's $18 roughly for 6 of these filters, so it's $3 per time that you're going to change this out. And with a fish tank inside in your kid's bedroom, it's about the best $3 you can spend. So I'm going to stick the cover back on the filter here. We're almost done. I'm going to put the lid on. And I mentioned you don't need to be worried about the leftover slime and particulate that's in there. You really don't need to worry too much about it. I'll come back over this with a paper towel in a little while. Because your filter is going to take care of most of that. So over the next hour or two, this is going to be really pretty cleared out. So I'm going to plug this back in now. Just recenter the filter. There we go. So you can hear it's a little bit quieter too. That's because I've replaced the water to the point where it's a little bit above this black line here. That's what you want. Over time, especially in a dry climate like we're in here in Utah, the water will evaporate a little bit and the water will come down. So that in a nutshell is how you clean out a fish tank. I'll wait, about an hour for some of this particulate to go away. But these fish are already looking a lot happier. It's a lot cleaner. One thing I didn't mention before, you'll notice the bottom here, typically in a fish tank you see some gravel or some kind of rocks or something like that. With a fish like a goldfish, you don't need that. It's actually better to not have it because they like to just pick at anything that's in the tank and on the bottom. So this is a clean bottom tank. Not as pretty as I had envisioned, but it works really well for these goldfish, and as you saw in the previous video, it's pretty easy to clean out. I'll also recommend this Tetracolor sinking goldfish granules. I did a ton of research online to find out what works best for goldfish. This also kind of enhances their color, so the fish look really healthy. They're tiny little pellets, some of which are spilled on here, so I'll have to clean that off, but that's it. We've kept these goldfish alive for 4 months. And I know that's not a record, but it's a record in my family, going back generations. Normally fish only stay alive for a couple of weeks, goldfish specifically. So the goldfish themselves were, like 25 cents a piece. You can get a basic fish bowl for about $10. You'll need to clean that out really regularly because it doesn't have an automatic filter like this. And you want to be careful not to overfeed your fish. That's the quickest way to get it really dirty and start to make them sick and or die. And that's usually the challenge with kids, is they like to feed their fish. So that's it. I'm going to call that the end of the video. So appreciate you tuning in, watching. If you have any questions for me about this or any of our other videos, leave some comments in the section below. Don't forget to subscribe to our channel. If you have somebody in your life who can't keep fish alive, maybe share this video with them and give them some pointers. Yeah, that's about it. Thanks for tuning in.